Morning, dear students. Today we will be learning the residential status in income tax. When we mean residential status, there are two important things that you need to know. One is resident and the other is non-resident. And within resident, we have two subdivisions. One is ordinary resident, the other is non-ordinary resident. So, meaning of resident. A person should be in India, a person should be a resident of India. That is the concept. When we mean non-resident, he may not be a resident of India. Now, we have ordinary resident to be defined. Once you finalize somebody to be a resident in India, we should also check whether he is an ordinary resident or non-ordinary resident. To study these topics, residential status, resident, non-resident, and in resident we have ordinary and not ordinary resident. We have rules. And these rules are called as conditions. There are two types of conditions. One is basic condition, the other is additional condition. Now, we will go one by one. And first, we will understand what we refer to as basic condition. There are two basic conditions to declare that somebody is a resident of India. What is the first basic condition? The first basic condition is an individual should be in India for a period of 182 days or more during the previous year. When I mean previous year, what it refers to? That's the question. For the purpose of income tax, everybody's income, annual income, is to be presented to the government. When we mean annual income, the accounting year starts from 1st April to 31st March. According to our studies, the 1st April of 2024 and 31st March of 2025 is going to be the previous year. And when we do the assessment this year, we call this accounting year 25-26 as assessment year. Hope I'm clear to all of you. Now, the second basic condition is an individual should be in India for a period of 365 days during 4 years preceding the previous year and 60 days during the previous year. It is the second important basic condition. Right. When you want to declare somebody as a resident, we understand that the individual should satisfy any one of these basic conditions. Either the first one, stay in 182 days in India, or the second basic condition has 365 days during 4 years preceding the previous year and 60 days during the previous year. If he satisfies any one of these basic conditions, we will declare the person to be a resident in India. Am I clear to all of you? Right. We will go on to discuss the additional conditions. Now, there are two additional conditions. The first additional condition is an individual should be in India for a period of 2 years out of 10 preceding years, 10 years preceding the previous year. This is the first additional condition. The second additional condition is an individual should be in India for 730 days out of 7 years preceding the previous year. Now, the question is finding out the ordinary resident and the not ordinary resident. Now, what is the rule that we are going to apply? That is the question. Number one, we have already found out that somebody is resident in India if he satisfies either this or the basic conditions. When we mean additional conditions, if you want to say that a person is resident at ordinary resident, he should satisfy along with one basic condition, two additional conditions are to be satisfied. Two additional conditions are to be satisfied. When he satisfies one basic condition and two additional conditions, naturally we will call that person to be a resident and ordinary resident. Am I clear? Now, we should find out a person as resident and not ordinary resident. Right. To that also, we should check the basic conditions And a person should satisfy one basic condition. As I already told you, he becomes a resident. Now, how will you identify a person to be a non-ordinary resident? That's the question. Understand? He has to satisfy any one of the basic conditions. He has to satisfy any one of the basic conditions as said earlier. And either one or none of the additional conditions. So if he satisfies one basic condition, one additional condition, he becomes a not ordinary resident. If he satisfies one of these basic conditions and none of these additional conditions, he becomes a resident and not ordinary resident. Am I clear? We will come to non-resident. Any person who does not satisfy any of these basic conditions, naturally he becomes a non-resident. Considering the additional condition is irrelevant for him. Is that okay, sir? If you have any doubt, you are welcome. Thank you.